Verse 16, Jesus said to her, Mary. Jesus said to her, Mary. Sudden change. She turned and said to him in Aramaic, Rabboni, which means teacher. It's personal. Have you been called by name? Have you been drawn by God to the risen Christ? I know a lot of people been drawn to religion. I know a lot of people been drawn to church. Dragged or drawn, I'm not sure which. Friends, the change doesn't happen until it gets personal. Remember when I said to you, well, how in the world could she not recognize him when she saw him? How in the world could she not recognize him when she heard him? And I say to you again, I know that there are many that have seen and heard God because I've been the one that has spoken on his behalf, and I've watched people refuse to listen to him. I know that there are people that have seen him because I've been in his presence, and there are those that will quickly ignore him. But notice what happens. Jesus called her by name, and she turned like that. I say to you, friends, that salvation is personal. And I want you to literally press in your prayer time and ask, have I heard God call me? Me. God doesn't save crowds. He saves Christians. Happens one soul at a time. One salvation at a time. And it's always personal. Now, there are some, especially those that have been steeped in religion, that'll challenge that. And for that reason, I want to stay in John's gospel, and I want to take you back to John 6:44. You see, this is where Jesus makes it clear, and he says, nobody comes to me unless the Father draws him. So if you come, it's because God has drawn you. He has made it personal. And my goal here is twofold. One is if you've just been rolling along with the current of religion, I want to stir your heart to say, whoa, you know what? Nobody was saved because of the family they're in. Nobody was saved because of what they learned or how much they know. You're only saved eternally when God draws you personally and offers you personally his saving grace, and you respond personally with repentance and faith. The miracle is personal. This is one of the most beautiful things that you'll see in all the Bible, because it's not just a stated fact. It's a demonstration of love. Jesus called her by name.